Here we'll be starting with first understanding what is the basic corporate need before going for the HR interview. The corporate readiness before your interview is all about know yourself better. So be ready with your introduction, strengths, experience, achievements, and the career goals. Before you go and present yourself, guys, first know yourself, who you are, what are you up to, and what is your future goal, and accordingly go confidently present yourself. Know your resume, read your resume very thoroughly, what you have written about the project's responsibility, what is your achievements. Mostly, guys, what I realized by looking at the ATS score in the resume, I was always ignoring the achievements to be written. Either way, the achievements should be having an achievement header in your resume, or achievement should be in your responsibility, which shows, for example, due to my collection recovery strategy, our recovery gone up by 20%. It should be given as a line in your resume, that also considered as an achievement. So you should know your resume very, very well, and you should write the project responsibility and achievements so that you're confident to go and explain about it. Before appearing for the company, know the company very, very well. Understand the company, business, product, services, clients, competitors, and the recent view news about the company, or if possible, read about the financial statement of the company before you go and appear for them for the interview. Go through the job description, understand the role and responsibility, try to compare with your current skills, current applications, current projects, current knowledge that you have earned from your experience, how it can be helpful to the new job description, or if it is required to prepare further certain things which you are not aware of, start preparing before appearing for the interview. Understand the role is very important. Start preparing your questions and answers by yourself. Prepare the HR, technical, functional, behavioral questions with the real examples to you. And how these questions are going to be, we will be discussing in the next slides. Prepare question to ask, have 2 to 3 meaningful questions ready to ask for the interviewer at the time of interview. And what could be the question you can ask to the interviewer which will create an impression, that also we'll discuss. Your dressing professionalism very important, guys. I have got the feedback when we referred candidates, companies saying that they're coming without saving themselves, without wearing a proper dress. They're sitting on the chairs, and the chairs are moving here and there. Wherever they're sitting, the background is not looking good. In the background we can see the cloths are hanging and all. uh, they should understand the dress professionalism is very important. Before you appear for the online virtual round of interview, you check your technical setup properly. If it is not, then go and be prepared with a good location. Ensure your internet, laptop, camera, mic, background are perfect, especially for the virtual interviews, guys. Remember, if you're giving interview to somebody's in UK, somebody's in USA, right? And somebody's in Asia Pacific countries apart from India, trust me, their first impression, how well you are prepared for the interview, right? From your gesture, your posture, your way of talking, your surrounding, your environment, everything should be perfect. They don't want to take any excuse. My internet is not working today. They will reject you no matter how good you are. My camera is not working today. They'll reject you. Please make sure that check your technical setup is all perfect. Then coming to the real, reach early. Always good to be, if your interview is starting at 3 o'clock, be there by 2:50 or 2:55. At least 5 or 10 minutes before you be there. That shows your sincerity, and that creates the first impression to the interviewer before they decide to hire you. The first impression always lasts long. That will always create a positive impact on you, like this guy is a very serious guy who has joined this meeting or interview process timing before 10 minutes or 5 minutes, right? Stay calm and confident. Stay calm and confident. That's something that you have to patientfully you have to follow that. In the interview, do not get rushing to answer questions. Listen the questions properly. Be a good listener, and always show your face like a even if you do not know the answer, there's a way to
How
say, guys, please go on mute. Even if you do not know the answer, there's a way to say no. There is a way to explain that. Not like every questions in the interview I can answer. Be ready not to answer every question. That is a good sign for the interview. Do not be pretend that I know this answer. Rather, you do not know answer, tell them, sorry, I'm not able to collect this answer, even if I haven't gone through it. Now, how to answer them also, that I'll discuss today. Guys, we need to understand what we should wear, what is called formal dress, how does it look like, what should be a facial expression when we go for the interview. Everything is interview dress up, do's and don'ts are given here. Avoid casual clothes. Avoid sports shoes if you're going for the interview. Avoid caps and hats. Avoid dark glasses. Avoid over accessories, wearing ornaments. Then you have your bangles and all. Don't do this. Avoid bright or pipped cloths, which is going to pop up like you're going for a disco. Don't do that. Go to the interview with a proper dress up. You should have wear formal attire. Keep it neat and pressed properly. Wear the formal shoes. Keep it simple. Wear the watch or minimal accessories. Groom well. Maintain good hygiene haircut. Not like the haircut with a spike and all. Don't go with that. Confidence is the key. Dress well. Sit straight. Smile whenever you are having an interaction. Keep smiling in between. That shows the confidence as well. Maintain eye contact. Somebody is asking a question to you. You are looking here and there and answering the question. That is not a good sign. For men, when you say casual, this is the way you should go for the interview, guys. Some people say that, sir, do I really need to go for tie and all? Trust me, guys, today's world is, I mean, even if when we were appearing for the interview, we are going with these ties and all, right? You can go with a very, very formal dress, or if you're going for a leadership position, definitely you have to tie and blazer with you. Both for boys and girls, it is given what type of dress up it should be there with you. Is this clear to all, everyone?
Yes, sir.
And while you are wearing the dress and going for the interview, look at the shirts are not checked. Shirts are very plain, formal. Look at the pant. It could be gray. It could be dark blue. It could be dark black color. It should not be green color. It should not be pink color. Please avoid wearing those. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Look at the shoes that you're wearing. It could be dark black is all good. It could be dark brown. That is also good. Not dark white. Not complete white. While sitting for the interview, do not sit on this chair and roam around right, left, right. Your chair is halting when you are giving the interview. Don't do this. Do not do this. Be straight. Your approach, which is not correct, which is given the right side. Do not use the mobile phone in between. Make sure that your mobile is silent while you're entering inside the interview. Even if it is not, it should not be in the vibration mode. If the vibration happened, that should touch to you, not to anybody to be disturbed. Any single vibration sound is going to create a distraction that will lead to a negativity. While sitting, either way sit like this. If there is no table in front of you, if the table is given, sit like this, which is given at the below here. Are you able to see this, guys, everyone?
Yes, sir.
The complete job readiness formula. You are technically strong. You know office use. What is office? MS Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. You should be knowing how to use them. You should know how to write an email. You should know how to write a WhatsApp messages in the group. Professional appearance by the dresses. What is the meeting etiquette? If your team is having a meeting, you should be joining the meeting before 5 minutes. You should know the agenda of the meeting for what you are going for. Professional appearance. How will you go for presenting yourself? What should be the attire you should wear and get into the interview or the office? In the meeting, how should you go for participating in the meeting? In the meeting, I should not go and talk like a fish market. I should listen to others. Then I put my point in a very structured manner. How to write the proper email, how to go for time discipline. If the meeting is starting 3 o'clock, I should be by 2:55. I should not be reaching by 3 or 3 or 3:05. Sorry guys, I got late because of this, that. They're not going to accept it. Behave like a team. Somebody is achieving, feel like this is your achievement. When you achieve something, don't feel like I did this, feel like we did this. Always have that team environment, that consider that you are in the team and you will be growing in the team. Guys, I want to give some example. Recently what happened, there are a few people from DV who got joined and they all were working in the team. Out the team of 6 members, 3 were from DV in HSBC. 3 students from DV who are working in HSBC. You know what? Recently, HSBC fired some employees. They fired 2 of these DV candidates and also 2 from the other outside, those who joined to HSBC. Already 4 people from the team got fired. The person who got left, the 2 person who left, one of them whom I know who got left in HSBC. I tried to understand why he was there. First of all, this guy was very calm, quiet. He's confident. He's never do show off. He never speaks. He never do any buttering and all. He believes in work and he deliver the things on time. And I have a positive feedback about this guy. Every time whenever I talk to his manager, he will say that yes, this guy is really good. See, because of the behavior, because of your performance, you stayed back. No buttering will help you. No show off will help you. You should know how to be a good team member and how to be more cross functional. Do not think like I know this, this will be to me only because it is my knowledge. Try to explore yourself more, try to share your knowledge, try to help your team members, go to other team, help them with their work, try to understand what they're doing, do more cross functional across the floor. That is how your identity will come. I also heard people those who join a company to whom we referred, the manager calling saying that your students are not knowing how to go for code of conduct. They are coming and they're fighting on the floor by themselves. So this should not be happening, guys. Never do chugli. मैनेजर के पास जाके इसके बारे में बोलूंगा, पुलिस के मेरे कलीग के पास जाके उसके बारे में बोलूंगा, मेरे एचआर के पास जाके उसके. द मोमेंट यू गो एंड डू चुगली, ट्रस्ट मी, द फर्स्ट person who is highlighted, it is you. Never do in corporate such things. Even if certain things happening around you, be calm, believe in your performance, just do your work and follow your manager's instructions. Whenever the manager says something, please do it. The first person who will always recognize you, through whom you will be recognized, it is your manager. Be good to your manager, not by buttering, by your hard work and the performance. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
You should be knowing how to use Outlook. Many of us, when we apply for the job, we get into the job, but we do not know how to use Outlook. Trust me, guys, many of you do not know how to use Outlook. How to write an email, how to go for reply forward, how to use 2CC, BCC. You don't know the difference between this. How to create an attachment, how to create your email signature, how to go for calendar to meeting invites, how to go for team meetings for your connections to the messenger, how to go for reminders, how to create a folder to keep your data important, how to create multi folders with the authenticity of the informations, how to create a search, how to use flags for your indication, how to put out of office, and how to create your contact with a group of people. That you should be knowing. These are the basic need you should be knowing before getting into any company. If you do not know, tell me, sir, Dev sir, can you please help me to learn these skills, learn these things about Outlook? We will only help you. Or it is given, you click on it, there is a YouTube link which is given. Let me show you this,
Which
guys.
floor?
12. Intern?
Probably.
Who let the intern into the boardroom?
Show you how to use Microsoft
So this is the link which is
Outlook.
given.
So this is a beginner's level
Just go through
Microsoft
this.
Outlook. I'll be
It's a 23.26 minutes video. It gives you in and out. You don't have to worry how to go for preparing for this. The link is given. Try to use that. Is that clear to all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Moving to the next. So when you join a team, the first thing it will happen, you have to introduce yourself to the team. Remember, guys, your introduction is your first impression. Keep it short, confident, and professional. Do not give your introduction to your team more than 20 to 30 seconds. How your introduction should be: hello everyone, I'm Asis. I have joined the team as a data analyst. My background is in data analytics and I have been working with SQL, Excel, Power BI, and Python. I'm looking forward to learn more about the business and working with you all. Your sentence should be like this. It should be within 20 to 30 seconds, not more than that. That should be a short introduction when you go and join to a team. What will happen? Keep the key tips. Be confident and natural. Speak clearly with smile. Keep it professional. Focus on the present and the future so that you are a team player. Don't try to show off. I remember somebody came and joined when I was working in HSBC. I was working for the HP. Somebody says, "Hey guys, my name is X. I came from." He came from McKinsey Consulting, and I have done so many project deployment to different clients. I'm very strong at this. If you really need any help, you can always reach out to me. I'm also looking forward to work with you guys. His voice was very arrogant. His voice was showing dominating that he is the best, and we are just here like to follow him. No, if you are having such type of introduction in the team, it will create a negativity around you. So don't do this. Always try to show that you are a team player. Is this clear to you all, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Monday to Friday, if I go to office, what should be my attire? What should be my dressing sense? Don't go by jeans, pant, check color shirt, then putting a shoes. You are a data scientist. You are the business acumen. People are looking at you for decision support. You would be meeting every day, or every day you would be meeting to the top level positions people, CRO, CFO, CDO, CTO kind of people. Your presence is your next level of responsibility. The way you show the casualty, people will also take you in a very casual way. Your growth will never come. So always try to be proper attire and proper dress up before you appear for anybody to be meeting. And Monday to Friday, proper dress up should be there. Somebody says that Friday we can come in any dress, casual dress. Trust me, guys, even if you're wearing a casual dress, use it in a very proper way. There must be a proper dressing sense which you will be. I remember when we got the first campus in the company itself, they were they were told us what to be wearing, what not to be wearing, and which day and how to present yourself. That was the first thing happened. It should be there in your mind always. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
How to handle the HR interview questions? When you receive a call, somebody is calling, "Hi, I'm speaking with Asis." Asis says that, "Hello, yes, this is Asis speaking. Good morning." You have to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It has to be there. Whenever you will receive a call, you will say that, yes, this is Dev. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. You have to say that. That shows the first greetings that you're open to discuss and you're very cordial. HR, I'm calling from ABC company regarding your application for the data scientist positions. Is this a good time to talk? Yes, absolutely. Thank you for reaching out to me. Please go ahead. If you do not have any background noise, just in case you have a background noise, you're outside, politely say that. If you're in a noisy place or genuinely cannot talk, you can say, "Thank you for calling. I'm currently in a place where I may not be able to speak properly. Would it be possible for me to call you back in about 15 minutes?" You can simply say that. Tips: answer the call politely. Guys, please go on mute. Answer the call politely with a smile in your face, in your voice. Speak clearly and confidently. Always thank the HR for reaching out to you. If busy, reschedule politely. Never ignore the call. Is this clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
When HR says, "Tell me about yourself," remember your introduction is the first impression of the interview. That means your interview starts now. When HR asking you, give me your introduction or tell me about yourself, it is starting with your interview now. What will you do in 30 to 60 seconds? Name, experience, education, current role, the key skills, domain, and relevance to the job. Example, I'm Ashish Kumar. I have around 5 years of experience in data analytics and data science, primarily working on banking analytics. My experience includes SQL, Python, SAS, Power BI, and machine learning, with exposure to credit risk and IFRS 9 projects. I have also been developing my skills in generative AI, agentic AI, and ML ops. I'm currently looking for data science opportunity where I can combine my analytics, AI, and domain experience. It should be within 30 to 60 seconds, not more than that. Is this clear to all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
HR question. The very basic question normally HR asks. Tell me about yourself. Why are you looking for a change? Why did you leave your previous company? Why do you want to join our company? What do you know about our company? Why should we hire you? What are your strengths? What is your weakness? Where do you see yourself in 5 years down the line? What is your current CTC? What is your expected CTC? What is your notice period? What is your notice period? Do you have other offers in hand? Are you willing to relocate? Why is there a career gap? Why have you changed your job so frequently? Tell me about the conflict at work. Tell me about your failure. How do you handle the pressure? Do you have any questions for us? These type of questions your HR manager may ask. May not be asking all 20, maybe asking 4 to 5 questions out of this. But these are the basic questions they will be definitely asking to you. Question is coming. How to answer them? What in the question what HR is checking and what is your best approach to answer? We will do from here. Tell me about yourself. It is all about your present experience, skills, domain, achievement, and why this role is to. What is present? Introduce your current role and the total experience. Experience, share key experience and areas you have worked in. Skills, mention your core technical skills and the tools. Domain, highlight the domain and industry you are working today. Achievements, mention major achievements and impact that you have created to your organizations. Why this role? State why you are interested in this current role and the organization where you are applying for the job. This is called structural approach. How to answer 45 to 90 seconds maximum. I'm a data scientist. I'm a data science professional with around 5 years of experience, primarily working with banking and financial services data. My core skills include SQL, Python, SAS, Power BI, and machine learning. And I have worked on areas such as credit risk analytics, loan portfolio monitoring, and IFRS 9. More recently, I have been strengthening my capabilities in generative AI, agentic AI, ML ops, and LLM ops so that I can work across both model development and deployment side. I'm now looking for an opportunity where I can combine my analytics, AI, and domain knowledge to solve business problems and take greater end-to-end responsibility. That should be the area of introduction. You should go and present it. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It will come within what? Keep it short, be relevant, be confident, and practice. Practice your answer to make the natural and your fluency about speaking. How to answer this question? Why are you looking for a change? Answer this question positively and professionally. Everybody knows that you're looking for a change for the financial growth. But you cannot say that because of the high salary, I want to change my job. Will you say like this?
Yes, sir.
And never say that my current company is doing this, that, this. Never ever try to say anything negative about your current company. Rather, you take your need or your personal reason why you are changing job. Even if you're not happy with your manager, not happy with your organization, you are not supposed to say in the interview. A good way to answer this question is that I have learned a lot from in my current role, but I am now looking for broader responsibility and opportunities to work on more advanced data science and AI applications. These positions particularly interest me because it aligns with the direction in which I want to develop my career further. It is the nicest place to give the answer. It's a good way to answer the question. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Do not say this way, my manager is bad, my salary is low, there is too much pressure. If you talk like this, they will not hire you. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Focus on what matters to you today. It's all about growth. I want to take on new challenges and grow further in my career. Learning, I'm excited to learn new technologies and work on advanced problems. Contribution, I want to contribute more and create a bigger impact to the organization's career directions. The role matches my career goals and long term aspirations. Better fit, I am looking for an environment where I can add more values. Remember, employers want ambitious professionals who are positive, future focused, and ready to create value so that you are the solutions, not running away with from a problem. That is what they will be observing while they want to hire you. Is that clear now to all everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Why should we hire you? But the question is that why should we hire you? Explain the value you bring to the role and the organization. How will you answer? Your answer should be in very much structural approach. Your skills, your experience, your domain knowledge, your problem solving ability, and how much business impact or the value you can create. That is the area where you need to answer. So, how will you answer this question? I believe my advantage is the combination of technical capability and the business understanding. I can work with data using SQL and Python, perform analysis and visualizations using Excel and Power BI, build strategy using machine learning solutions, and understand how these solutions support business decisions. I also have a domain knowledge in banking to financial services, working on credit risk, loan portfolio monitoring, and IFRS 9. I am developing capabilities towards GenAI, agentic AI, ML ops, and LLM ops. This allows me to work beyond simply building a model and focus on how the solution can create a measurable business value. Is this clear to all, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Don't answer because I'm hardworking, because I need this opportunity. No, don't say that way. That means you just want to get into the job. That's why you're just creating, but you are not creating an impact where they should consider you to hire. Focus on what are the tips? Focus on the value that you bring. Be specific and relevant to the role. Connect your skills and experience to the business impact where they can see a connections directly. Next, what are your strengths? Relevant strengths is all about analytical thinking, the problem solving ability, business understanding, good communication, and you have a habit of learning ability. You are a quick learner to the situation. Your simple answer could be example for the problem solving means. So one of my greatest strength is structured problem solving. When I receive a business problem, I first understand the objective, identify the required data and KPIs, perform the analysis, and determine whether this analytics or ML is actually required. This approach helps me deliver the right solutions and address the real business need. That is my strength. Don't directly say that my strength is problem solving. Never say that. Tips: give a real time examples and the process. So how your strength creates an impact to the organization. You can talk about the strength which is impacting the organization. Talk about, do not say that my strength is making good friends, my strength is um managing time, winning the competition. Don't talk like this. Talk like this: what is the relevant job you're applying and how your strength is compatible to that job to consider you as a high productive resource. What is your weakness? Always be honest. Say straightforward what is your weakness, actions that you did to overcome your weakness, and what are the improvements you have currently done on your weakness. For example, earlier I sometimes spent too much time perfecting and analyzing before sharing it. Guys, it happens to me many a time. I don't share the analysis or strategy building reports or deck to anybody unless and until I complete this, unless and until I feel like I have done something very correct. But by thinking and doing that, sometimes the work which can be completed in just 10 hours, I take 20 hours time. What I did then, I have improved by sharing interim results earlier with the stakeholders. Maybe I rather going for making this more perfect, I should share what I have done with my stakeholder so that they can guide me what are the further changes required. That's what I can say. I have improved by sharing interim results earlier with the stakeholders and incorporating feedback before investing additional time for completing the task. If you say like this, it shows the weakness towards your strength and that you're implementing to the job related activities. Does it make sense to all?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Don't say I'm a perfectionist. I work hard. I work too hard. Don't say like this. Choose the real area of improvement. Focus on what did you and how you improved, so the position and the outcome, so a positive outcome from your improvement to the weakness. Now guys, common HR questions: why do you want to join our company? Never give a generic answer without researching about the organization. You must have gone through the company, the industry, the product, who are their customer, what is the role, technologies, and what are the recent development this company has done. You have done this research. That's why you have gone for this interview. Then you can give a relevant answer to that. There's a question: why did you leave your previous organizations? Never say my previous organization because my manager was not good, my salary was less, my organization, my club, my office timing was not perfect. Don't say all those things. Never attack your former company manager and the colleagues. Even if the experience was difficult, maintain professional language. What is your professional language? Give a reason, what is the learning and future directions. You will say, I gained valuable experience in the role, but I reached a point where I wanted broader exposure to data science and AI projects and greater responsibility. That's why I decided to explore opportunities more aligned with my current long-term career direction. That is the reason why I'm looking for, or I leave my previous organization to this current organization. What is your expected salary? Don't directly say that I want 50% hike, I want 100% hike. They will look at you, they'll feel like it's a greedy guy. Tomorrow someone else will come and give more salary, he will also leave us. Don't answer that way. Always answer in very structured. It's a very tricky question, but it should be in a very structured manner. You can say that based on my experience, skills, and responsibility of this position and current market labels, I am looking for a package in the range of 8 to 10 lakhs, 10 to 15 lakhs, 15 to 20 lakhs. Make sure that the range is not like 25 to 50 lakhs. It is not a range. 45 to 50 lakhs, 40 to 50 lakhs, or 40 to 45 lakhs, that is okay. But don't give a range 30 to 50 lakhs. I'm expecting a salary. However, I'm open to discuss the overall opportunity and the compensation structure. It shows that you are relevant and you are also ready to do a negotiation with the salary. Then they will start the further negotiation of how the interview process with you. If you straightforward say, I want 50%, otherwise I'll not join your company, they will not process your resume. You are looking adamant. Always be open for negotiation in the end of the sentence. Does it make sense to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why did you leave your previous organization? That is all gone. Now, where do you see yourself 5 years down the line? Don't say that I want to become a manager. I want to take your responsibility. I want to start my own company. I have not thought of it yet. If you say like this, that means you are not clear about what you want to do for your future. That means you're very casual in nature. You don't have any ambition. You don't have any aim. Your answer should be over the next 5 years. I would like to depend. I would like to deepen my expertise in data science and AI while taking great ownership and end-to-end solution building. I gain experience. I would like to move into a position where I can lead projects, mentor team members, and contribute more directly to the business decisions. That is the area where I'm looking at. That means it shows that you want to be in the organization, you want to be a subject matter expert, where not only you are going to learn or acquire the knowledge and the skills, rather you are also ready to disseminate your knowledge or your skills to the team members for the organizational growth. And you want to be a part of business decision support. That means you want to know business well. That is where your connection serves. Is this clear now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next question. Tell me about a conflict with your manager or the team member. It is very obvious. Some people say, no, no, I have never met any conflict with my manager or my friends or my colleague. Everybody knows that something will happen. So use star. Star means situation, task, actions, and the result. Focus on the resolution, not the fight. For example, your simple answer would be like this: we had different views about the approach to a project. Instead of continuing a disagreement, I presented the data supporting my recommendation and also listened to the concern raised by my colleague. We eventually agreed on a combined approach and completed the deliverables within the timeline. See, you cannot say whatever my colleague said, we followed that, or whatever I said, my colleague followed that. No, you will say, even if I have an approach, I went with that approach with the data and support to explain to others. I also listened to others what they have done. If something could have done by combining both the approaches, we have done it and we have delivered the project on time before time. Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
How do you handle the pressure? Pressure comes every organization, guys. You cannot say that I can work under any amount of pressure. If you say like this, that is not true. Nobody in this world can work under pressure. If they work under pressure, someday they will be falling sick and they will be leaving the organization, they will be leaving this world.
Yeah.
So instead, explain your process, what you can say. Prioritize, focus on what is important. Break down, split the work into smaller, manageable tasks. Communicate, keep stakeholders updated and aligned. Execute, plan, act, and track progress. Escalate risk early, raise risk early, and seek support from the manager and the stakeholders. I'll give something, guys. I have 10 works to be completed. If I start thinking about 10 works, I'll be pressurized. Rather, I will prioritize which is going to be happening first, second, third, fourth. I have to prioritize the work. Then I'll start working on those requirements one after another. While doing this work, if it is taking time and there are some risks associated, I should educate to my manager, I should educate to my stakeholder, seek them for more time so that I can move to the next priority work. That is how I can manage the handle the pressure. I remember, guys, when I was working for Tata Tele Services, it is for Tata Docomo. My manager came to my seat, said that, Didi, I want this to be happening by 5 o'clock today. I was just hardly 2, 3 years experience. I looked at the requirement. I felt like there are lots of dependencies. I said, sir, I cannot complete by 5 o'clock. Then my manager closed my laptop and left and said that you go home. No need to work anything then. I was feeling insulted. He did that in front of everyone. Then I also shouted at my manager saying that if you do not understand my limitation, you are not my manager. So if I look for that, then he wrote a mail to the HR. I also wrote a mail to the HR. Finally, my VP came between us and saying that I want a full stop in the email which you are sending to the HR and keeping me in CC. Such things is not showing that I'm not able to manage my team properly. So what conflict happened between me and my manager? It affected to the whole team to my VP level also. So please make sure that pressures will come. You must educate to your manager. If your manager is not understanding, showcase step by step, try to do things and let him feel very practically what challenges we have. It happens sometimes people they don't understand, and sometimes you would be reporting to a manager who is not technical and they will not understand your real time challenge. But you need to educate them in a very different approach, maybe in a very polite way, not in a very aggressive way. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why is there a gap in your career? You can say them very honestly why the gap is happened. Somebody says that I was preparing with the government job. Somebody says that I was having a health issue. Somebody saying that I was involved in a startup. I was looking for to have entrepreneurship. Be honest. Give a reason why the gap happened and what you did in this gap. How much skills you have gained, whether technical, non-technical. Talk about that. Talk about your readiness for now. Talk about the value that you want to bring from your past experience or whatever you have done during the gap towards the current job opportunity. You can simply answer like this. I took a career break to upskill myself in data science, machine learning, and Gen AI. During this time, I completed industry projects, learned new tools like Python, SQL, Power BI, ML Ops, and LLM Ops, and strengthened my domain knowledge. I am now fully prepared and excited to contribute immediately and add values to your team. Don't spend 5 minutes defending the gap. If you do that, the more you speak about the gap, the more doubt you are creating in their mind. Be specific, be definite. Answer in just quickly 1 or 30 or 40 seconds or maybe 1 minute maximum. The interviewer is primarily interested in can this person perform this job now or not? That is the reason why they ask the question. Are you willing to relocate? This the question comes. Don't say yes simply to clear HR. If you know you cannot relocate, say you cannot. But don't try to impress by saying yes, I can relocate. It's a problem. Tomorrow you get an offer, you don't join them. It's a problem. Sometimes people they think like I hold an offer, I'll go for doing negotiating, I'll get another offer to leave. Trust me, guys. If you do this, it is not good for your future. Certain companies can blacklist you, and sometimes your candidature goes from one to another. HR, they might discuss and they might take it negatively because of your behavioral issues. So if you are not ready to join a company, you have to answer very nicely. Simply say, if you are flexible, you can say yes, I'm open to relocation for the right opportunity. I would just like to understand the work location and expected joining timeline. Ask that. If you have constraints, your family has a constraint, your daughters are in the school, your wife is not ready, your wife is also working, you are not ready to relocate because both husband and wives are working and you want the same location to be available, then you can always ask, I have some constraints regarding relocation due to personal and family reason. However, I'm open to options where I can contribute effectively. You can say like that so that the interview process will go to the next level. Do you have any questions for me? If the HR is going to ask you, never say no, I don't have any question. If you say like that, that means you're just simply bluffing that you just want to go for the interview, nothing else. But every recruiter, they want to hear something from you. HR, they want to hear something from you. Ask 2 to 3 meaningful questions. What questions? What were the key responsibility during the first 6 months? How is the data science and AI team structured in the current company? What would success in the position look like after 1 year? What are the next stages of the interview process? You can ask for that. Asking good questions shows your interest, maturity, and the long term thinking. Saying I don't have any questions, it is creating a bad impression on you. Is this clear now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Next, why HR ask how soon can you join us? What is the intention behind it? When HR asks how soon you can join us, they are checking your availability, notice period, commitment, and whether their hiring timeline matches yours or not. Sometimes I remember we got a requirement to be closing around 5 positions, and we had given 3 months time to close. We felt 3 months is enough. We can go and do a proper candidature. We started grilling like anything. Everybody comes, single simple question they couldn't answer, or sometimes the puzzle they got stuck. We rejected because every one of us will having a different approach to ask. Somebody's asking puzzle, somebody's asking for guess estimation questions, somebody asking technical questions, somebody asking business questions, and we are rejecting candidates. When it was last 1 month to be closed, we had to hire anybody by hook or crook. So, and the position to be closed by then, and somebody has to join by then. Then we'll go to the HR saying that we want somebody who can join in 15 days. So join in 30 days, please close it. Then HR will start asking those things to you as well. Your situation could be an immediate joiner, could be 15 days notice period, could be 30 days notice period, could be 60 to 90 days notice period, currently serving notice or need location, relocation time, or currently unemployed or having a career gap. So how to answer them? Immediate joiner, you can say, I'm available to join immediately once the formalities are completed. I can start at the earliest possible date. That is also nice. 15-day notice. My official notice period is for 15 days. I can initiate the process immediately just after receiving the offer and should be available on to join within 15 days. 30 days notice period. My current notice period is 30 days. Talk about that. 60 to 90, my official notice period is 90 days. However, I can discuss an early release with my manager, my current employer. I do not want to commit to date until that is confirmed, but I will certainly explore the earliest possible release from my current organization if you have 60 to 90 days. Currently serving notice, you can say I'm currently serving notice, my notice period, and I'm confirmed last working day is on this 30th September. I would be available on to join on or before 1st October. You can say like this. Need relocation time. I'm available to join after completing my notice period. Since the role requires relocation, I would appreciate approximately one additional week to complete the relocation stuff. Currently unemployed or career gap, I am currently available and can join immediately. I'm flexible regarding the joining date based on your onboarding schedule. You can say that. HR does not necessarily expect in everyone to be an immediate joiner, but they need a reliable joining timeline from you. So you can always answer. And some people say that, yes, I can join. But after that, they'll come to the manager. Manager said, oh, I'll not leave you. You have to serve the notice period. Then it creates a negative impression. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
If HR says we need someone immediately, so don't falsely promise immediate joining. You can simply say, I understand the requirement. My official notice period is for 60 days, but I will discuss and an early release with my current employer. If there is a buyout or early release options, I'm happy to explore it. Once I have a confirmation, I can give you an exact joining date. You can tell like this. That shows the confidence you are a corporate guy. Because when they hire you, they will also have a corporate policy. When you will be leaving, you will also have to follow the corporate policy. If the discussion is all about legality, it is good to hire the right resource and they will also consider you. If HR asks, can you join within 15 days? If you are not certain, do not say yes just to get the offer. Don't do that. You can simply say my official notice period is for 30 days. I will certainly request an early release and try to accommodate the 15-day requirements. But I would prefer to confirm the exact joining date after discussing with my current employer. Is this clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Avoid this answer anytime. Maybe next month. I will see. Give me the offer first, then I will decide. I will definitely join in 15 days. When you know your notice is for 90 days, never do this. Is this clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll go for the business questions. They'll go for the technical questions. They'll go for the leadership questions. Before the business questions, we'll take a small break here for 5 minutes, guys, not more than that. Please come back or stay here for 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, guys, we'll start with the
Yes,
business
sir.
interview questions and answers, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, understand in business what they want to know. If you have come across, you're saying, I'm from banking, I'm from e commerce, I'm from insurance, I'm from retail industry, I'm from healthcare. So, if you're saying about your past experience with the domain, they want to know your business problem solving ability. So, what is business problem? Business problem is a measurable challenge affecting our objectives such as the revenue, cost, profitability, customer experience, risk and productivity, or compliances. For example, business problem, loan defaults have increased from 3% to 5% over the last 6 months. It is a business problem. Now the question is coming, this business problem, how it can be solved using data science and data analytics. What is that objective? The data scientist's job is not merely to build an ML model, it is to understand why default increased and what actions can reduce them. That is something we have to do. This is a business problem. So the common business problem areas revenue growth, cost reductions, profitability is going down, customer experience is going down, risk is going up, productivity is going down, compliances issues are there, operational efficiency is going down. If these are the problem, how to solve them from data? So how do you approach to a new business problem, right from business problem to the objective, defining KPIs, identifying the data source, analyzing the data, designing the models, getting the insights and creating an actions towards create creating an impact to the business by getting more productive results. For example, if a bank tells me delinquency is increasing, I first define the problem and KPIs such as days past due, delinquent, roll rate from current to x to x plus 1, how many accounts has gone to non-performing. That is the first problem statement I need to identify. Then I need to analyze the customer loan bureau and the payment data to identify what drives this delinquent behavior. If appropriate, I build early warning model to predict the risky customers. Finally, I will translate this prediction into actions such as proactive calls and payment reminders and measure whether this delinquency can be decreased. That should be my business problem solving ability. Is this clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How do you convert business problem into data science problems? Too many customers are leaving our telecom company. This is the question. You need to understand why my customers are leaving my services. The business problem is customers attrition or the customer churn. The business KPIs, what is the churn rate? Churn rate means if I get 10 customers, 2 customers are leaving my services. That means every 10 new customers, I'm losing 2 means my 20% is the churn rate. Is this clear now, guys?
Yes, sir.
How to analyze? So what is the analytics problem? Identify what drives to the customer churning. In telecom, when customer churn because of the price, because of the network, because of the services. So can I work on the price, network and services to identify what is the main reason why customers are leaving my services? So I have to develop the machine learning model, maybe a regression model, where it will create that the the actual reason for what is that causing customer to leave my services and how to predict the future churn. Then what action I should target? I should target the high risk customer, make the retention plan and reduce the churn. The outcome, reduce churn and protect the revenue by avoiding customer leaving your services. Try to do retention and engagement program for those customers. Yes or no, guys, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Interview questions. Explain your most recent projects and it is impact to the business which you brought. That means direct questions on you. If you have done something in your current project or in your current company and you have created a huge business impact, can you please explain that to me? So here they are actually going to drill you from your own way to answer them. A strong answer shows the interviewer what was wrong, why did it matter, what did you do, what difficulties did you face, and how did you solve them, and what changed that you brought to the business or brought for the business. So best answer to be framed in a very structured way: the business problem, the business objective, the data, your role, analysis. What are the challenges you faced while doing this analysis? How did you build the solutions? What technologies you are applied? How did you create the results to be impacted to the business? And what is your learning out of this? Here is an example. The business problem: increase in early stage delinquency. Most customer moving from current to 30 DPD, 30 to 60 DPD, 60 to 90 DPD, and leading towards higher collection cost and credit loss for the organization. This is the problem. Are you able to understand what I'm talking about DPD? Everyone,
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
customer moving from current to 30 DPD is good for business, bad for business.
Bad for
Bad,
business.
bad.
If it is a
Bad
bad
for
for
business.
business, what will happen? You will be assigning collectors, you will be making collection strategy. It is a revenue or cost. Anything you put on
Cost.
collection is a revenue or cost to the company, a bank.
Cost.
Cost.
To
Cost.
them.
Got.
So it's a credit loss. So business objective: identify high risk customer early before the time we should identify. Understand the delinquency drivers. What drives to the delinquency? Predict the probability of default. Prioritize the collections. Reduce the roll forward. Reduce the credit loss. We have to collect the money before the time comes. Before the delinquency can be happen, I should be able to collect the money from the customer. That should be my strategy. Data is what? You will collect the customer master file, you will collect the loan account file, you will collect the credit bureau file, you will collect the payment history file, you will collect the performance DPD file, you will collect the collections files, recovery file, branch file, product file, and payment transaction. You need to collect all those multiple source of information data. Now your role is to preparing this data, making this portfolio and risk analysis, feature engineering, model development, validations, risk segmentations, translating insights into actions and collections. What analysis you'll be doing? You'll be doing portfolio level analysis by product, geography, vintage wise, credit score wise, loan amount, LTV, for financial obligation income to ratio, DPD, studied delinquency mitigations, roll rate, vintage performance, cure rate, collection efficiency. These all analysis you will be doing after getting your data ready. What are the challenge or the solutions? Challenge for the data quality. Sometimes you get the data, there are lots of missing informations, lots of duplicate records, lots of wrong DPD has been mentioned in the data. Somebody might have paid the money, but system is not captured properly. It is showing DPD. So created the data quality rules, reconciled systems, standardized customer identifier. It is very much required. Sometimes it is a challenge to get the right data. Imbalanced data, good is 94%, bad data is 6%. Data is imbalanced. Use appropriate metrics like recall, precision, AUC, case, Gini methodology, or sampling or class weight in statistics to get the data proper structured way. Data leakage. Perform point to time validations and remove post event variables, certain variables which is not important to you. Start ignoring them and develop the model which is more accurate, looking at the correlation regression factors. Solution is what? Build early warning before the customer can be defaulted. It should be able to predict. You can take the actions before time. Identify, predict probability of defaulter model. Use logistic regression, random forest, or XGBoost. Generate generate a PD score for each customer. Looking at the PD score, you can make your collection recovery strategy. Technology, use SQL, Python, Panda, Scikit-learn, XGBoost, SAS, Power BI, Excel, Airflow in cloud, API deployment, and your SQL Server. These are application technology required. Result, model performance. Look at the AUC, look at the case. What is the Gini? High risk capture improved significantly. Model stable across time with proper monitoring. What is the learning? Roll forward rate reduced by 12%. Cure rate improved by 8%. Collection efficiency improved by 5%. That is the learning and impact you brought to the business. The financial impact came as what? Targeted portfolio of 500 crore, estimated credit loss prevented, and 10 crore plus annualized loss has been prevented due to your model impact. This is how you can talk about a scenario and explaining how your business problem has been solved and what are the steps you taken for completing this. Does it make sense to all?
Yes, sir.
May I
Remember,
ask
guys.
one question?
Yes, yes.
Uh, what if the numbers are not impressive to them? Maybe like if it's a bigger bank or bigger organization, the numbers might not be impressive. Can we talk in percentages instead?
You can always do that. See, it is not about that. Is why the next slide. Look at the next slide. Complete 2 minutes interview answer. Such questions. What is the such questions? Problem and the impact. Objective data, your role, challenges, solutions, deployment, and result impact. That you want to talk. So your sentence will start like this. My most recent project was banking loan portfolio credit risk and early warning project. The business problem was increasing early warning delinquency with more customer moving from current to 30, 30 to 60 DPD or eventual 90 plus DPD. This was creating higher collection cost and potential credit loss. It was my business problem. Our objective was to identify risky customers earlier and help collections prioritization intervention before accounts can be deteriorated. Data, I worked with customer data, loan data, bureau data, repayment data, delinquency data, and the collection data. My responsibility was there to include data preparation, portfolio analysis, feature engineering, model development, validations, and converting model predictions towards actionable risk segmentation. One major challenge was integrating data from multiple systems with the missing values or inconsistent customers identification. We established data quality and reconciliation rules. Another challenges was class imbalance. So rather than relying on accuracy, we evaluated metrics based on the recall, precision, AUC, Gini, case, methodology, and the calibration of the data or the model. We also perform point in time checks to prevent the data leakage. Secondly, the solution which we built using logistic regression tree-based models generate customer level probability of defaulter score. Customer were then segmented based on the risk band on the probability of defaulter score, and collection team could prioritize high risk customer and proactively intervention to collect the money. Deployment. After deployment, we monitor the model metrics using KSGNI PSA population stability index and calibration along with the business KPIs such as the roll rate, cure rate, collection efficiency, and the credit loss reduce impact through this model. Result, the important outcomes was not simply the model performance. The solution enabled the business to identify deteriorating customer earlier, prioritize collection resources more effectively, and reduce movement into a severe delinquency bucket. That is what the impact you brought to the business. You can always say that in numbers, you can always say that in percentage just to hide things. It's just a kind of impression that you're going to bring in just 2 minutes time. You should be well prepared to explain your whole project stories to them so that they can understand. It is not like that I'll speak something which is not making sense to them. I should speak in a very structured manner. The problems, impact, the objective, collection of data, your role towards what are the challenges you face through, how did you come out of this challenge, what solution you built, and how did you deploy this, and what is the final impact to the business. Is this clear? The impact comes by what? Impacts by revenue growth in percentage, impacts by cost reduction in percentage, risk reduction, NPA reduction by percentage, recovery rate increase by percentage, conversion rate increase by percentage, customer retention by this percentage, processing time reduced by this. You can talk about that. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Technical interview questions. Are you all set for this now, guys, everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Here are the three. So I'm just going to give you guys interview question answers we'll have for every subject. We'll have interview questions for machine learning. We'll have interview questions for Gen Agentic AI. We'll also have interview questions on forward deployment engineering. That will also happen along with your Excel, SQL, Python, SAS, Power BI, whatever you have. Every tool will have an interview question answers, and I will take those interview question answers. What I'm going to take you through now, I just want to open your thought process about how to answer interview question answers very confidently. The rules for the technical interview question answers like this. The golden answer formula: what, why, how, example, real project use, and the business impact. For example, if asked, what is logistic regression? It's a technical question. Do not stop with the definition. Logistic regression means this is not. I will have a binary outcome, yes or no, 1 or 0. No, that is not logistic regression. Explain what is it and why it is used and how it works at an interview appropriate level, where you used it and what the business decision is coming out of it. Give an example of that, not give the definition only for logistic regression. 15 rules we need to follow in the interview. First, do not jump into answering the questions. Listen the questions very, very thoroughly. And listen the question such a way you should not be asking them to repeat multiple times. If you ask to, can you please repeat? That is also wrong. Repeat word itself negative word. Even if people say, pardon, can you please come again? Saying somebody as a come again is also a negative word. Can I request? Just in case you can one more time explain me the question or explain me the questions. Cannot say, can you please come again? If you say like this, it's a negative impression. So very importantly, guys, listen completely. Do not start answering before the interview finishes. Understand the questions. Identify whether they want a definition, they want a coding or solutions, they want an architectural question answer, or they want a scenario based question answer, or they want a project explanation on this question. Understand, this is very important. Clarity and the ambiguity. Ask a short clarification instead making assumptions. Just in case you heard a question, you are not clear about it, ask for the short way, short clarification about the question. Don't jump into repeat from the beginning and start exploring when you are not clear about the questions. Start with the direct answer. Give the core answer first and then explain. What is core answer? Somebody saying, can you please explain me what is left join? You will say left join means it takes the entire part of the left table and the common from the right table. Now I'll give a scenario to explain them. If my left table is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right table is having 1, 2, 3, 4. If I go for left join, it is going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But 5 in the right table is going to give a null because this 5 has no value in the left table, a right table. Explain like this. Keep it structured. What, why, how, and example. Use practical examples. Connect concepts to real project whenever possible. That shows how practical you're strong. Explain your reasoning for problem solving questions. So how you arrived at the solutions. Don't tell them this is the solution. How did you arrive at the solutions? Sometimes the guess estimation question comes. People simply say that "Ki, this is what." No, you have to give them the step by step approach. How did you go there? Even if you are saying about the code, you first explain what you understand the questions and how did you structure those questions to be answered by writing the code step by step. You explain that. Don't over explain. A simple question does not require more than 10 minutes of lecture. Do not bluff. If you never invent knowledge because you feel pressured, never bluff. If you do not know, it's not there. If you know, you answer. Otherwise, say no. Admit what you do not know. A professional, I haven't worked on that, is acceptable. But giving a negative answer is not acceptable. Defend your resume. Anything written on your resume can become a technical question. Be prepared for it. Know your project deeply. Be ready for data, code, model, deployment, and results. What you have created as a business impact. Answer them, explain them very thoroughly. Even if you know one project thoroughly, go with that project, you will crack the interview. Because project is not going to be asked for 10 minutes or 1 hour question. Project is just for 1 or 2 minutes questions. If you can convince, you are convinced. Use numbers. Quantify models and business performance where genuinely know it. For example, you are saying percentage impact, that is also fine. Numbers impact, that is also fine. But numbers should be very genuine and acceptable. You cannot give a number which is not acceptable. Accept correction professionally. Do not argue merely to protect your answer. Do not argue. Connect technology to business. Explain why technological solution matter to the business problem solving. Since you have more, today's date people are talking about GNA, agentic AI. Today's date people are talking about AI deployment and all. You understand why it is important and explain then in the interview why it is important towards today. How to answer in the interview. First rule, if somebody is going to ask you what is overfitting, explain what is overfitting along with the examples. Overfitting occurs when a model learns the training data too closely, including the noise, and therefore does not generalize well to unseen data if the model has been developed in certain parameters. Now the model output is coming where you can see, for example, if the training accuracy is 98%, but the validation accuracy is coming 76%, that means something is wrong in the data today. Maybe the variables have been changed, impact has come up. So what you'll do, I would investigate overfitting. Depending on the model, I could address it through re-regularization, feature selections, cross validations, pruning, early stopping, or additional representative data to the model. That is what called overfitting. Then you're explaining very thoroughly. Rather giving answer in one line, you're giving an example why overfitting is going to be considered at what situation. Second, when you partially know the answer, do not pretend you know everything. I haven't worked extensively on this, but based on my understanding, I can answer this. Then explain what you genuinely know. If you do not know certain answer very clearly, if you know part and partially, tell them I do not know exactly the entire answer, but what I can answer from my past experience related to these questions. My approach is this. This is this is much safer and confidently giving an incorrect answer. This is much safer than confidently giving an incorrect answer. You can say what you know partially, admit, then answer how much you know. Why you don't know the answer? This question will come to you. When you don't know the answer, do not panic. I haven't worked with that particular concept directly, so I don't want to give you an incorrect answer. I am familiar with the related concept of this and I would be happy to explain that. That is also fine. Don't say that I don't know and silent. No, don't do this. Making up an answer which is incorrect, don't do this. Changing the subject, that is also not good. Becoming nervous or defensive, that is also not good. Simply say, I do not know this, I haven't come across this, but what I know, this is the area. You can explain how to answer them within your areas of knowledge. For coding questions, understand the code, understand the questions, clarify, plan, code, test, optimize, and explain. Before I start, can I confirm whether duplicate customer records are possible? Yes, I can go for normal case. I can go for null values check. I can go for duplicate, boundary conditions, or unexpected inputs that can lead towards what? Your customer duplication as well. Understand the questions, how to find them out. For SQL, any question comes, SQL starts the tables to joins to filters to aggregations, Windows function for data transformation to creating output from the programming. So don't simply write a query and stop. Simply say, why did you use left join? Why not inner join? Can you optimize this? What happens with the nulls? What happens if duplicate exists in the data? Explain them. For machine learning, understand business problem, target the outcomes, feature the data, develop the models, why this model is important, validate the model, look at the evaluation of the metrics, deploy the model, and monitor the performance. This is important for model machine learning questions. So that you know in at each and every step what questions can come and how to answer. Everybody is talking about GN agentic. I'll talk about GN agentic. That is not true. Don't rely on only the buzzword called GN agentic. Understand what is GN AI. User giving prompt hitting to the LLM going for the RAG. It is pulling data to the embeddings, searching for the vector databases in the backend, connecting to the tools and APIs, get the response, evaluate, monitor, and perform. That is what your JNA works. What is agentic AI? They have a goal defined. They can have a reasoning and the planning. They can go for tools and selections. They can take the actions. They can state the memory. They can go to the guardian to ask for the human approvals. Even the agents have decided something that will also go through the approval process. The humans approved, cancel, decline, whatever, then monitor the performance of the agents. That is where JN agentic is leading towards automation of your traditional work. Remember, guys, for project questions, this is one of the most important. Never mention a technology on your resume that you cannot defend. For example, if your resume says Python, XGBoost, GenAI, Agentic MLOps, AWS, you should know them. The interviewer can legitimately ask questions about all six because you have written in your resume. For every project, prepare problems, data, your role, analysis, challenges, solutions, technology, validations, deployment, results, and monitoring towards business impact. You should be knowing every project, how to explain about data science and AI deployment engineering at this point of time. Is this clear to all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
If the interviewer says that your answer is wrong, do not immediately argue. Say, thank you. Could you please point out which part you believe is incorrect? I would like to understand it. If you realize you are wrong, say, yes, you're right. I missed that point. Thank you for correcting me. If you still believe your answer is valid, say, I understand. My answer was based on this assumption. Under the condition you have mentioned, I agree your approach would change. You can also talk like this. It's a politeness which brings the conversation towards a very confident to close, whether you know or you do not know about the answer. That demonstrating your technical maturity. The most important rule, do not try to prove that you know everything. Try to prove that you know, understand, think, solve, explain, implement, and you are ready to learn from your outcomes. So your technical knowledge plus practical applications plus clear explanation plus problem solving plus professional behavior towards strong technical interview performance. Do you agree with that, guys, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I will have a technical question to all of you guys. Guys, there is a table which is given to you. Order ID, order date, customer ID, customer name, age, location, product ID, product name, the product category, the price, discount, selling price, units sold, and also given the sales, how much has happened. Can you see this data, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Now the
sir.
question
Yes,
is
sir.
coming to you, whether you are a data analyst, whether you are a data scientist, how will you build a solution on this data? What is your approach? Now understand how to approach them. Insights from a sales transaction data, given the variable like order ID, order date, customer ID, customer name, age, the location of the customer, product ID to the product name, the product category, the price, the discount, and the selling price, how much units sold, and what is the total sales revenue. Given these are the columns, the data analyst, what they will do, data scientist, what they will do. Data analyst will say, what happened? Why did it happen? But data scientist will say that what is likely to happen next? What should we predict, recommend, and optimize the business? That is what data scientists will think. Now, what can you get from this data set? Being a data analyst, you will look for the sales, understand the historical sales analysis. But data scientists looking at the sales data from the historical sales data, they can forecast what will happen in the future. Now, customers data analyst can do a customer segmentation by observed behavior of the customer. However, data scientist can predict the customer behavior from the past to the future prediction, customer value and the behavior. Products, the product category and the performance, what data analyst can suggest. But data scientist, product demand predictions, they can do it. Now, geographic, location wise performance, now they can create location label demand forecasting, how to look at. Discount, discount versus sales analysis, they can understand what discount, which product discount optimization, where to give discount so that the sales will go up, not discount to everything. They are to do this proper co-joint analysis. Orders, looking at the order trends, and creating basket matrix to understand how the orders are coming. They can look at the order value predictions based on the past pattern, how much orders can be coming. Customer value, they can look for the customer history, historical customer value, how much they spent, how many times they visited. But based on this visit, order, and the spend, you can use data scientists to identify customer lifetime value prediction. If the customer stay in my business for next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, how much revenue I can predict from this customer. Recommendation, products brought by segments, but now looking at the products bought by segments, it can personally recommend whom to be offered what. If they buy product A, can it be associated to B and C? That is called personalized recommendation, can also be given. Demand, historical units sold, it will future demand forecasting for how many units are going to be sold. Business actions, they can create this dashboard and insights, but data scientists predict, recommend, and optimize the business. So who will be paid more? Who is talking about the past to present, or who is talking about past to present to the future? What to be done next? Who is going to be paid more, guys? Data analyst or data scientist? Tell me.
Data
Data
scientist.
scientist.
So what should be our target? We should not look for data analyst role. We have to go from data analyst to data scientist role. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What can a data analyst will do? Data analyst, they will describe, compare, diagnose, report, and recommend. Sales analysis, total sales, total orders, total units sold out, average units sold out, and average sales. Customer analysis, data analyst will do unique customers, sales per customer, order per customer, units per customer, and average orders sold out by the customer. Geographical analysis, location wise, sales by location, customer by location, order by location, average orders value by location, and product preference by location. Fourth, product analysis, top selling products, bottom selling products, sales by category, units sold by product, average selling price, product contribution percentage, and what is that ABC analysis? High value product, V value, mid value product, and low value product. That data analyst can say. Discount analysis, how much discount versus units sold, discount versus sales, and average discount versus by product. What is the average discount by category has been sold out? They can talk about discount analysis. Customer with product analysis, they can create age to location to product category and how much sales is impacted. Now, what is happening, data analyst? They can talk about total sales, total orders, total customers, and units sold. Can they say what will happen to the future? Can they say how much sales can happen to the next month, next quarter, next year? They cannot say. Data analyst will not be able to do that. They can say the sales trend, they can say the product performance, they can say the category wise sales, they can talk about the customer analytics, they can talk about the age bucket wise customer, they can talk about location wise sales, they can talk about discount analysis, discount percentage, sales up, more discount, more sales, top and bottom products, top 5 products and bottom 5 products. You can show this comparison. It is more descriptive than predictive. Yes or no, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But if you go for data scientist role, you can do customer segmentation, identify champion, loyal customer, potential customer, at risk, low risk, inactive customers. Give champion customer how to give rewards, retains, engagement, nurturing, convert, win back campaign, cost effectiveness, and reactiveness customer. They'll make a different strategy out of that. Being a data scientist, you can go for customer lifetime value prediction. If the customer is associated for 3 months, 3 years, has spent this much, next 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, how much this customer is going to give you? Divide this customer into high CLV, mid CLV, and low CLV. Make this retentions high CLV customer, retention premium treatment strategy, cross sell to the medium customer lifetime value category, low customer lifetime, low CLV, cost effectiveness and engagement to this customer. Product recommendation, customer ID plus product ID for order ID. Look at how to offer recommendation for some. For example, somebody is buying a laptop, offer keyboard, mouse, and laptop bag together because this is a market basket or cross sell analysis. Data scientists will do that. Next, based product predictions based on the age, based on the location, which product is going to more demand, and how to predict about the sales, and so that you can have a proper inventory management there. Identify customer with propensity. Propensity is going to be more likely to buy or spend. This every customer for each product, there's a probability score will come. What is the probability that the customer one will buy this product? If the probability is more, then target this customer for buying this product now. Discount and response optimizations. Understand here how to go for data analyst task. What happened when we gave discount? Data scientist task. How will customers respond to different discount label that you need to identify? So both how to avoid customer churn, how to spend, how to customer spend predictions, how to look for feature engineering to understand the order, customer, product, and the pricing factors. That is the role of a data scientist, which is more quantitative than qualitative. Is this clear to all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
The
Yes.
role of a data analyst, the role of a data scientist is very much clear now. You should not be confused for this. Data analyst, it is called descriptive. This is called predictive and diagnostic. Data scientist role. Is this clear now? They can tell you
Yes,
about
sir.
understand the past to present, but predict the future and drive the impact to the business. It is the role of a data scientist. So anybody is going for data scientist, they should have a background of data analyst. Anybody is remaining data analyst, they will be losing job after some year because they have to become data scientist to drive the business. If they don't have a knowledge about data science with AI deployment skills and all, their job is no more exist today. Best interview answers. If the interviewer gives you this table and ask, as a data analyst, as a data scientist, What can you do with this? You can answer being a data analyst, what you can do, being a data scientist, what you can do. And the important point is that I would build model simply because the data is available. I would first define the business problem and target, verify whether this data set contains enough historical information and identify additional data needed for the reliable solution building. That is what the answer should be. Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we are coming to leadership question. So what is called leadership question? Let me explain that to you. So guys, leadership question means tell me about your leadership experience, a situation which you want to take. For example, don't say I manage 10 people. Team size alone does not demonstrate you are a leader. Many people say that leadership means they're talking about whether you have managed people or not. No, this is not the right answer. Leadership means that strong answer should be my leadership experience involves managing both people and the outcomes. I have been responsible for understanding business requirements, converting them into analytics and AI initiatives, allocating the responsibility based on the team strengths, reviewing the technical quality, managing stakeholders, and ensuring the delivery happen on time. I also focus on mentoring team members so that over time they can independently own large responsibility. Remember, guys, the role of a leader is not about assigning the task, rather making everybody as accountable to take the further responsibility become another set of leader to others. That is what leaders makes leaders. Leaders does not produce managers. Are you getting this, guys? There is
Yes,
always a
sir.
difference between leadership and managership. Second question, what is your leadership style? Do not say I am a democratic leader or leadership usually needs to adapt to the situation. No, that is not true. Leadership does not say it will adapt to the situation to change the action. No, it is not true. The stronger answer is like this. My leadership style is collaborative but accountable. I involve the team in understanding the problems and evaluating the solutions because the best ideas do not necessarily come from a more senior person. Most of the decision is made. However, I make ownership, timelines, and expectations very clear. I also adapt my level of involvement depending on the experience and the capabilities of the individuals. That means if I have a set of people working under me, I know their strength, I know their weakness. I must go and give them the right accountability towards delivering and also giving them a free hand where they can also start making the decisions. I should monitor their decisions. I should make them impacting the work with their leadership quality. That is what the mean. This is what my leadership style. My leadership style is not to assign the work and look at the deliveries happening on time or not, or looking at the result only. No, I should make them more accountable and being a leader to support others. So the leadership style is a listen, involve, decide, empower, hold accountable, and give the results, team success, business impact. Now the leadership question comes: how do you handle an underperforming employee? If your employee is not performing good, how do you handle them? Do not immediately say that I would give them a warning. That's not the right answer. The possible reason could be there is a skill gap, there is a role misalignment, there could be unclear expectations, there could be personal and temporary constraints or motivations or workload. Could be anything, guys, if the employee is underperforming. I can give you a scenario, guys. Most recently, one of our student who got married, and he got a, just after the marriage he got a family disturbances between husband and wife. and also both the family side. He was so disturbed, he was not able to perform the way he was performing. He was the best performer sometimes. Now he is not able to perform. You know what? After 3 4 months of continuous disturbances happen at the home and his productivity went down, he has been asked to leave the organization. But being a leader, we need to understand what happened. Sometimes we need to understand if somebody is underperforming, look at the performance gap, where the gap is coming. Do a root cause analysis, get the expectations, if required, to support, make the proper action plan, review, and decision support. You can say, my strong answer is going to be I first try to understand whether the performance gap comes from the capability, clarity, workload, or the motivation. I then establish measurable expectations, provide appropriate coaching or support, and agree on a review timelines. If the performance still does not improve despite reasonable support, I would follow the organizational formal performance management process PMP, or we call this as PIP, performance improvement program or process. How do you handle conflict between team members? First, listen to both individually and fully. Second, facts, separate facts from emotions and the assumptions. Common objective, bring the focus back to the common goal of the project and talk to both the team members. Options, discuss possible options and their impact. Agreement, agree on the best way forward for the team and the project. Follow up to ensure alignment and healthy working relationship between the team. Example, I would like to both individuals to understand their perspective and separate facts from personal reactions. Then I would bring them the discussion back to the common project objective. The goal is not necessarily to determine who won the argument, but to arrive at the best decision for the projects and restore an effective working relationship among the team members. What if team disagrees with your decision? A poor leader says that I am the manager, so they need to follow my decision. A strong leader says that I encourage the disagreement when it is constructive. I would ask the team to explain their concerns and supporting evidence. If their argument is stronger, I am comfortable changing my decision also. If I still believe the original direction is inappropriate, I would explain the reasoning clarity, reasoning clearly, make the decision, and ensure everyone is aligned on execution part. So, guys, remember one thing: being a leader, we cannot always go and put our position saying that you have to follow. This is what I'm saying. Rather, you should be making your decisions should be well accepted, aligned towards the organizational goal. Even if team members are having such conflict, listen to both of them, understand the challenges. Maybe someone of them are giving the right direction, accept what is right, make sure that it is not win or loss, make sure that how much is been acceptable. If the acceptance is very high, even if being a leader I'm ready to change my decisions, because based on the fact and the evidence we can go with what is the best for the team to be achieve the goal. Leadership question and answer part 2, which is saying that how do you prioritize the multiple projects? We have multiple projects are coming. Certain projects are business impactful, certain projects are urgency, risk, efforts, and dependencies, and the resources also required. So, project 1, which is a 10 crore potential, project B, which is called regulatory deadlines, project C is called internal dashboard. How will I prioritize? Project A, which is 10 crore potential revenue, I'll be putting this 5 as a project impact 1 to 5. Urgency, I'll be putting 3. Risk, I'll be putting 3. Efforts, I'll be putting 4. Dependency, I'll be putting 2. Resources, I'll be putting 3. So total score is 69. I'll say, okay, the priority is going to 2. But project B, which is called regulatory deadline, business impact is 4, urgency is 5, risk is 5 because it's a regulatory report, a regulatory deadline. Then dependence is 3, resources 3, total is 95. So I'll go ahead with this as a high priority. Project C, where I want to go for creating a dashboard for the internal reporting, I can put business impact 2, urgency 2, risk is 2, efforts is 2, and dependence is 2, 1, resources are 2, total is 30. I can give this as the third priority. That is how I can look forward to prioritize the multiple projects based on what factor? Based on business impact, the urgency, the risk, the efforts, dependencies, and the resources required. Given the rating of 1 to 5, I have to give this rating and I have to make a total score. If the total score is high, we'll give this as a high priority, followed by mid and low priority. Is this clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Seventh question is coming. Tell me about your difficult decision. You can always just make a story, situation, what are the options, the trade-off, the risk, decisions, results, and what is the learning. You can give an example here. We had to choose between building a new ML model in-house versus using the vendor solution build model. In-house, more customization but longer time, 6 months and higher cost. Vendor, faster 6 weeks but less flexibility. Decision, we choose the vendor solution to meet the critical business deadlines and reduce the compliance risk. Result, delivered on time, avoid regulatory risk and saw early business benefits. Learning is what in future we will start POC earlier to keep both options open for longer term use. This is what you can say. How do you take a difficult decisions based on situations? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
How do you
Yes,
handle
sir.
the project? There are certain projects which will get failure. A leader takes ownership of the outcomes. Don't blame the team. Focus on learning and improving. What does it mean? Example, own. Take accountability for the overall outcomes. Do not give it to your team saying that because of team member they did that and we got failed. If you are a manager, if you are a leader, please take this ownership to yourself first. Analyze. Find the root cause, requirements, data, technologies, planning, and executions. Correct. Fix the immediate issues and put corrective actions in place. Communicate. Communicate transparently with the stakeholders about the failure. Document learning, all create a documents, write down all the learnings and apply them for the future projects. So remember one thing, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. The great leader ensured the same mistakes are not repeated again because your failure is a part of the success only. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Leadership questions and answers. 9. How do you manage a scenario with senior stakeholders? So look at the right side, which is very straight. Our exhibit, don't say our exhibit model has 500 trees and AUC is just 0.87. Rather, you can say the model identifies 80% of the high risk accounts early enough for collections intervention based on the pilot. We recommend deploying it to the highest risk portfolio first. That is what your how do you manage the scenario about the how do you manage senior stakeholders about certain business problems to be. So speak their language, business impact and decisions, talk to them and explain them very thoroughly. How do you delegate the work? You need to identify the right people to be associated. Based on the strength and weakness of the team, you need to delegate the work to them. So first of all, delegation is not I give my work to someone else. It means I delegated based on capability and the development opportunity. I explained the expected outcomes and constraints rather than prescribing every step. I establish checkpoints appropriate to the person's experience and give them enough ownership to make the decisions. That is what a good leader they do. They have a team member of five. They identify each of them, what is the strength and weakness, looking at the project and deliverables, dividing these projects based on each and every one's capability, how to bring best of them towards taking accountability and delivering the end result to the business. How do you motivate your team? We motivate the team by recognitions, appreciations, learning, ownership, promotions, challenging projects, and autonomy, giving them autonomy to do things and deliver by their own without having any hesitation, having a confidence on their deliverables. Leadership question answered, which is the last part of it. How do you manage a high performer? If do not overload your best employees simply because they deliver quickly. Instead, give challenging work, increase the ownership, provide visibility, mentor, create career opportunities. Otherwise, high performers can become your most likely employees to leave. If you start looking at your high performer and praise them, they might take you to the next and leave your services. Rather, increase their ownership more and test their proven visibility and mentor them timely so that they can create a career opportunity within you. How do you mentor junior team members? So means explain the concept and the approach, guide, walk through step by step thinking, practice, let them try with hands on practice, review their work and results, feedback, give specific consecutive feedbacks, independent ownership, they own the project and end to end. So, what is initially, later, and eventually? Let's solve this together. You solve it, I will review. You own this project. That is how you have to make a newcomer or junior team member towards a senior to leadership positions. You can guide them. How do you balance the technical excellence and the business deliverables? Accuracy, performance, these are all given. You can read out, understand. Why should we hire you as a leader? Remember, guys, you will say, I believe my value as a leader comes from connecting technical teams with business objectives. I can understand the business problems, translate it into an analytics and AI solutions, guide the technical teams through the executions, communicate with the stakeholders, and ensure the final solution is actually adapted and creates measurable values. At the same time, I focus on developing people so the team's capability grows rather than remaining dependent on one individuals. That is where my leadership quality comes, where I feel I can fit to the hiring process. How do you measure your team success? Delivery, technical, business, and people. Delivery, one time delivery, quality, reliability. Two, revenue impact, cost effect, risk and productivity. Technical, model performance, stability, deployment and adoption. People, skill development, ownership, retention, and leadership pipeline. These are the four parameters we look at. How do you measure your team success? My team success based on these four parameters. Leadership interview golden rules, guys. Do not answer leadership questions only with I did. Always do my team did or we did it. So, how you enabled others to succeed? Rather, how you just try to make your examples where you have made others to become a leader. And how did you design their roadmap towards a leadership capability? That is what you have to talk. The transition is all about individual contributor. What did I deliver? Manager. What did my team deliver? Leaders. How did I build the team and system capable of repeatedly delivering the business impact? That is the quality of a leader. Is this clear now, guys?
Yes, sir.
And for the data science and AI leadership interview, remember your technical depth, business understanding, people leadership, stakeholder management, and execution, taking accountability matters a lot. The great leader do not just do the work, they build people, systems, and culture that deliver 10x impact to the work. That is what a leader. Is this clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Hey guys.